Well, Tom, let's talk about Top Gun. First of all, it worked for me.
All right.
I really got a kick out of you on the motorcycle, in the fighter jets. You looked like a speed freak, if I could use that.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the drug sense of it, but
Yes.
a guy that's really into speed. It looks like you got into the role.
Yes, I did. I really enjoyed playing Maverick. The love of speed, the love of flight and competition. You know, it was an exciting piece to get involved in. I got involved in about 5 months prior to shooting, and took a lot of time working through the character and working with Don and Jerry and Tony on the script. And it was an exciting experience. I had 3 hops in the F-14, 3 2-hour hops. A lot of the footage that you see when I'm flying, I'm in the F-14 really flying. Not flying it, but I was sitting in the back seat in the back seat of Rio position.
It looks authentic, so you must have done some research, some preparation.
Yeah, we did a lot of time. We went to Washington and sat down with Secretary Lehman to get permission to use the F-14s, the A-4s, and the F-5s. And I mean, I took a lot of time with these fighter pilots, and I mean, the stories and everything is terrific.
The movie's very tight. It looks very smooth, but did anything go wrong when you were shooting it?
Well, like everything, making a film is like playing chess, you know. It's constant evaluation, reevaluation, you know, evaluate, reevaluate, you know, what's going on, not locking yourself in, keeping your focus and the through line of the piece, but, you know, not letting that get in the way of, you know, doing a pickup shot or reshooting something if it doesn't work. And what we did was we kept the script very sparse, so that if, you know, we always allowed time that if we had to pick up something or wanted, I mean, it's very well produced. Bruckheimer is, you know, fantastic at that, and so is Simpson.
So no real problems?
No major problems, no.
I interviewed you about 5 years ago for a film called Taps.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And I have to admit, I didn't keep the tape around because at that time I didn't know who you were. You were just a high school kid, I think. And
no, I was out of high school.
Just barely, I think. And
I was about 2 years out.
Yeah. And, well, I don't think anybody really knew what big things were in store for you. Did you know?
Well, I had hoped, you know. Just kept my focus and discipline in terms of what I wanted, and took my time in being very specific on the things that I've chosen, and I've been very fortunate, you know, in that.
Can we talk quickly about your career, the films that you've done? First of all, Taps. Sure. How do you recall that?
Well, it was a real special experience because you're working with Hutton, you know, and Sean Penn, and the 3 of us kind of together going through this. And Hutton had just won his Academy Award when we were in rehearsals for that. And when we were in rehearsals, they cast George C. Scott. So as young actors, you know, I mean, working with George was fantastic. And you just kind of felt we were making the piece. There was something, you know, really special about that. And I remember, you know, Sean and I used to, I mean, Hutton had to work every day, so, you know, Penn and I used to, I mean, just stay up all night, you know, talking about work and acting and, you know, what's going to happen next. And it was very exciting.
You went on to work with some more great young actors in The Outsiders.
Yes.
Cast.
Well, yeah, we had a good time there also. But my reasons for doing the Coppola film, I was offered a lot of other pieces, especially when Taps came out. I was offered every, you know, intense psycho maniac, you know. At that time, they seemed to, you know, they didn't know quite, you know, who I was or, you know, what I wanted. So I told Francis he had casting workshops, and Taps had come out and it was doing really well, and I just wanted to work with him. And he really gave me an opportunity to grow, and I was there on the set working with him.
Things really exploded for you, I suppose, with Risky Business.
Yes, yes, it really did. A lot of doors open.
Did you think it was that good when you made it?
Well, I read the script. I was offered a couple other things at the time. Rumblefish was one of them. And I felt it. I sat down with Brickman and we talked a lot about the film. And I was very excited about it. I knew we were going to make a different kind of movie. You know, it was very well written. And it's like when you're making it, you know you're making, it was exciting, you know you're making a good movie. But the result of a piece, I mean, you never know how it's going to go over.
You've got another film right now playing called Legend.
Yes.
With Ridley Scott.
Yep.
Different role for you, too.
Yeah, it was a total departure from everything. I mean, each film that I've done, I've really tried expanding myself as an actor, you know, in a person, trying different things and stretching. You know, playing the same thing, getting very boring.
Now, in your future, I understand you've got your own production company now.
Yes.
What are we going to see from Tom Cruise in the next little while?
Well, I'm fortunate. I'm in a position where people are willing to pay money for my education, you know, in terms of working with writers and producers. And prior to starting this, it's not a big thing, you know. I'm just working with writers and developing a piece, and it's an office space, and just growing, you know, as an actor. And my involvement in Top Gun really gave a lot of people faith in my skills in terms of developing, you know, being able to look at the whole piece of filmmaking.